What's up, Libra? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Tani Michelle, and I am not all love, light, twin flames, and unicorns over on this channel, so please keep that in mind if you are new here. And yeah, let's get into it. So this is a big month for us Libras. Yes, I am a Libra sun. By the way, this can relate if you are a Libra sun, moon, or rising. You may find it's a little bit more accurate for your rising or sun sign than normally. So keep that in mind. Just make sure you watch all your signs because fuck it, why not, right? So basically, Libra, this month is such a big deal because our ruling planet, the planet of Venus, is going retrograde in the sign of Gemini, which is an area for us that is all about our ideas, our concepts, our ideologies on life, the big questions about life, like why are we here? Where do we come from? What do you believe in? I don't know. What do you believe in? All these kinds of different things, philosophy, religion, institutionalized beliefs and shit. All of these kind of things is where Venus is retrograding, okay? But Venus also rules relationships and money and attraction and commitments and basically affection and pleasure and all of those kinds of things, creativity, okay? And so this month you may be feeling, Libra, very, very creative. You may have a lot of visions on where you want to go, or you may find that you're returning to old dreams that you had, old visions, old goals that you had for yourself that you always wanted to achieve or that you always wanted to accomplish, but for some reason you didn't, or it just didn't work out, or something along those lines. So anyways, I pulled a lot of cards, and for those of you that are new, I do tarot and astrology, in case you didn't know. So we're going to go through the tarot first, and then we're going to go over a little bit of your astrology. And yeah, let's get into it, my Libra fam. And yeah, let's go. So the first two cards that came out were the Empress and the Hanged Man. So this is very interesting because the Empress is Venus energy. She's like in more earthly Venus energy though, so a little bit more Taurus energy, but she's still that Venus energy about pleasure and beauty and, you know, luxury and life and all of that. And then we also have the Hanged Man. Okay, so, and this is like your theme of the month. These two cards were drawn to be like your theme of the month, to show me what your theme of the month would be. And so basically I see here, Libra, that you guys need a break, okay? You guys need a break. The big theme I'm seeing here throughout your reading is self-care, is like a minute to pause, a minute to reflect, because this month is such a big month. The next few months are huge months, especially for Libras in particular because of that Venus retrograde. And when Venus goes retrograde, it really, really brings up a lot of relationship stuff, a lot of money stuff. It's not a good idea to purchase anything that is very luxurious or that's going to break your bank in any way, because chances are you will regret it, or there's something that was too good to be true. There's something that you missed in the purchase that ends up screwing you. So be careful of that. Be careful of scams, get rich quick scams, fake gurus, fake psychics, tarot readers, because the ninth house is kind of like a spiritual place. And so this is where you can kind of fall into weird shit if you're not careful. In another video, I think it was Taurus's video, I was talking about how they needed to be careful because the ninth house can also deal with like cults and shit like that. So just be careful, Libra. I'm not saying you're gonna fall into any of that, but it's a good possibility with all this energy. So basically what I see here is someone that needs rest, someone that needs a break, and that goes throughout your reading. Like a lot of self-care needs to happen right now, Libra. A lot of reflection on what you want out of life, what your goals are, what you want to manifest, you know what I mean? You may feel like you're not manifesting anything, or like you're like on pause, or like you've already been on a break or something, or like not much new is coming into your life. And then we move on to your tarot here, the first part of May, which has already passed since I am late AF with this reading, these readings, but you're like breaking your back trying to do something, and I don't feel like you're getting a lot of recognition for it. This could be in your relationship, this could be at work, because we also had the elk come out for your animal card, and the elk is basically all about structure and discipline and working really hard and being very committed to something, being very faithful and loyal to something. But are you getting the same in return? And I think you're starting to question this, whether it's with your friends, your, romantic relationships, your intimate relationships, your family, work, whatever the case may be. There's something here where you've been doing the same thing over and over for a very long time, and it's really left you kind of out in the cold. It's really left you kind of abandoned, okay? This is also abandonment issues. I feel that you've been carrying with you since childhood for a very long time, which likely the Capricorn South Node had you address, because the South Node just moved out of Capricorn and in Sagittarius, but when it was in Capricorn, it's been there since the end of 2018. So since the end of 2018, you've been addressing a lot of wounds when it comes to your family, your home life, any abandonment issues. It's been a struggle for Libras in the home and family life for a while, okay, even since 2008, because Pluto moved in there since 2008. And so you've just been carrying a lot with you when it comes to work, safety, I feel, security, where you feel safe, where you feel at home. Do you feel loved? Do you feel appreciated? And I think you're very confused about this. And the reason that this has all happened, Libra, is to show you that you have love within you, that you have love within you, that, you don't need to look outside of it for it. Like, you don't need to look outside for it. Yes, we can receive love from others, but you also have love within yourself. And let's face it, like, we are dependent people, right? Like, we come into this world dependent on people to raise us. Like, we can't take care of ourselves when we're a day old, you know what I mean? Or a year old or whatever. Like, so we are naturally dependent people. Like, we need relationships in our lives. I get that, but there has to be a balance to it, and I think you understand that, being a Libra, obviously, where has to be like a sense of love that comes from within and a sense of love that you feel externally. But, and I say this a lot, but love lets go, okay? Love lets go. Love surrenders. Love lets go. And I say this a lot too. There's like this quote that goes like, God loved birds so much he built trees. Man loved birds so much he built cages. When we love something, we try to like attach to it. We try to like keep it and save it for later, like put it in our toy box for later, bring it home with us, like, you're not going anywhere. What were you doing last night? And it's not because that's out of fear. Okay, but the fear is there because we don't want to lose that feeling, because all that we're made of in the first place is love. But when we're playing this human game, we're playing this game of separation and ego, you know what I mean? Hate, all of that. And so that takes us away from love. We have minds, we have, bad experiences, we have trauma, we have painful emotions, we have pain. And those kind of things take us away from love the more we go out throughout our lives. And so I was actually watching a documentary called Becoming Nobody about Ram Dass and his experience. It's on Gaia, and it's just so fucking good. I recommend you watch it, Libra. I really do. I've watched it like 3 times already. I love it. And he talks about this, and he talks about how when we love someone, we want to take them home with us. But what happens when you start loving someone else? Like, you can't have a house full of these people all because you're collecting them, because they made you feel that love within yourself, if that makes sense. They touched a spot in you that was love that you already had within you. Okay, and because they touched it, you're like almost addicted now to having that person with you because they made you feel that love within you. And I think it's a very interesting concept. And I get it. I totally get it. But there's kind of like this surrender that needs to happen to the natural flow of things with the Empress and the Hanged Man there. Instead of going against the tides or against the events that happen this month, try to flow with it as hard as it may be, because you're literally like breaking your back, You're literally like breaking your back trying to hold on to something. Now, this doesn't just have to be a relationship. Like I said, this could be a burden. This could be trauma that you've been carrying with you for a long time. This could be work that you've been doing and you're not getting what you deserve. Okay? Like you've set out on this venture and it's led to nowhere. There's some part of your life where you've been feeling undervalued, where you've been feeling worn out, where you've been feeling stressed, where you've been feeling like you've just done a lot for little in return. And you're trying to hold on to things that once were that aren't anymore. Because at one time they were something. 7 of Cups. At one time, the cups had something in them, right? But do they still? Hopefully that makes sense to you. So, the next 2 cards that came out were the 7 of Cups and the King of Swords. Okay, Libra? So, I see here that you're going to have a lot of options in May, or even like after May. For this Venus retrograde, I think there's going to be a lot of things coming back from your past, a lot of cups coming back from your past, exes, socializing. I see also that some of you guys are a little bit confused about some kind of communication aspect with another person around this time in May, or confused about a decision, or confused about the truth about something. It's like there's an illusion or there's something that is confusing you when it comes to the truth about a person or the truth about a situation. And that's another big theme this month is truth. Truth coming out and things coming out from the past. So just be ready for that. Now, moving on, mid-month, we have 4 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, okay? So once again, we have that kind of rest mentality, like self-care, relax, focus on yourself right now. And then we also have the 9 of Pentacles, okay? Which is, once again, self-care, independence, very similar to the Empress. It's like independent woman alert. You know what I mean? Like badass female, I got my shit together alert. So I do see some of you guys possibly recently going through a breakup or going through a breakup this month or some kind of separation. Okay, but hold on a second before you freak out. And like if you're in a perfectly happy relationship, that's fine, okay? Like that might not be for you. Like I said, just some people that are watching this may go through some kind of split up so they can find themselves, because that's really what it's about. It's not, I don't see a huge blow up here where it's like shocking. We got, you know, the tower and all that. Like we don't have all of that here. So I don't think it's like, F you, mother effer, I'm out. I've been sleeping with your best friend. What now? You know, like I don't think it's anything crazy like that. It's more like I need to work on me. Okay, and you need to work on you, or whatever the case may be. I need to find the truth, because then we have the Ace of Swords and the Justice card. We had quite a few cards fall out towards the end of the month, or for the end of the month, so bear with me here. But this is all about truth. This is all about truth, and this is all about seeing the other side of a situation. This is all about consequences, cause and effect, karma. You know, this is definitely a fated karmic month when it comes to certain areas of your life, Libras, relationships, friends, you know, your goals, where you're going, your dreams, like your visions, what you want to learn out of life, what kind of meaning you want to gain out of life. But the Ace of Swords and Justice is like the verdict. Sorry about that. So some kind of truth comes out. Some kind of truth is shown. Some kind of truth is brought to light, I feel here, okay? But it's going to help balance things out, because after this, we have the Death card, which is good. Like, this is exactly what we want to see. So we see the Ace of Swords and Justice. The truth comes out, which causes a transformation, an ending of a certain phase that we've been going through for a while, right? Some kind of ending of a certain phase, because then we have Judgment. Beautiful energy here, Libras. Then we have Judgment. So it's like we can face the truth. The truth comes out, it transforms us. It helps us face ourselves. As you can see, there's like mirrors. It helps us face ourselves and face what we've done, face what has happened, and reconcile the past with the present. That is what Justice is all about. So we have some kind of reconciliation here, whether it's just a reconciliation within ourselves, within past situations that we've been hanging on to, with, you know, this Ten of Swords, or I'm sorry, Ten of Wands, like we've talked about. So boom, we have this new judgment, this new perception, this new way of looking at it, this new reconciliation, and then we have the Two of Cups. So for some of you, this is going to definitely be a major transformation in your relationships that may seem a little bit scary at first, but it's going to come back together. It's going to be reconciled for the better. Okay, for the better. It's going to bring you back together. For others of you, if you're like separated or already struggling, there's a good chance that it's not completely over yet, that things will be reconciled. But first, you know, you need to look after yourself. You need to practice self-care. You need to get in the habit of being independent and balancing out and finding your truth, okay? And once this truth comes out, whether it's for you or for the relationship in general or whatever the case may be, then you're able to, this transformation starts to happen. That's beautiful. Now, for others of you, this is just going to be a reconciliation with yourself in some way, or maybe with a friend, who knows? But it's going to be some kind of reconciliation where you're able to apologize, or you're able to reconcile the situation to move forward, okay? Beautiful energy. So we also have the Frog, which is also about self-care, cleansing, you know, cleansing your energy. It's about dealing with the element of water, which cleanses your energy. It's about, you know, letting yourself be immersed in water and emotion. And I also, Libra, am getting this kind of feeling of, for some of you, there's this feeling of, should I stay or should I go in a situation? And that's what I see with the Elk and the Frog here, and they're both facing each other as well. The Frog wants to jump around. The Elk is very stable. So I think that some of you may be even dealing with someone that's flaky, or maybe you're feeling flaky around this time. Now, you also have Share Your Voice, which says come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Okay, so this month, I feel like that's really what you're doing. You're kind of going in the cave to deal with your stuff, to kind of balance things back out, to rest, okay? To rest, to take some time for yourself, to practice some kind of self-care, and to learn how to re-express yourself again, and to express what you truly mean, to communicate what's on your mind, Libra, to make a decision, okay? And this month is a big month for making decisions. And they're going to be very karmic, very fated, you know, situations. So we also have the Akasha card, which says your guidance is divinely guided. So that's awesome. We love to hear that. So you're getting divinely guided this month. Like I said, it's a very fated month. And then for your last few cards, we have the 11th house friends. Like I said, you're going to be feeling very social this month. We also have the Aquarius card. We have the 10th house card reversed. We have Saturn, and we have Mercury retrograde. So Mercury does not go retrograde this month, but it does start its retrograde cycle next month. So that's interesting. But what I feel here with Mercury reinvention is you are reinventing yourself, Libra. You are reinventing who you are as a person, what you want out of life, your truth, with Saturn here. Okay, you are possibly feeling a little bit held back from doing what you want to do with your goals or doing what you want to do out in the world somehow. You may be feeling a little bit distant, which I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are with quarantine and everything, but you may be feeling, I really get this sense that a lot of you are just feeling kind of unloved or unappreciated, that you're feeling like just this distance with people in your life that are supposed to be supportive and caring and all of that. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting here. But so yeah, with 11th house and Aquarius, beautiful energy. I mean, this is definitely focusing on your social life, meeting new people. Okay, you may even make some long distance connections because the 9th house deals with long distance stuff, travel. Some of you could be traveling possibly if that ends up being an option. But yeah, this is like really beautiful energy, Libra. I think it's going to be a really beautiful month. So as for your astrology, like I was saying before, the nodes have switched. So they were in your 4th and 10th house. So for like the last 18 months, you had been really focused on career, your direction in life, your achievements in life, showing more of your emotional side. Also, your home life has been really under a lot of pressure in your family life and your family dynamics and stuff. But now the nodes are in your 9th house and your 3rd house, especially if you're a Libra rising. So this is all about coming up with new ideas, new visions, like new concepts, new ideologies, new beliefs, new philosophies, really kind of studying and getting into different possibly religious views or cultures or spirituality practices. This is like a great transit for that, Libra. You're really kind of leaving behind what you thought to be true and what you thought you knew to really figure out a deeper meaning of different subjects and different concepts and ideologies that are out there, and to go really full in. And it's going to be very interesting. This is like a great time to like learn new stuff, to really just throw yourself into learning new shit. That's going to be very good for you. Now with Venus retrograde in your 9th house as well, it's not a good month to meet anyone brand new or to start a relationship with anyone brand new. It's fine to meet people brand new, I guess, but not like actually start a committed relationship until after Venus is done retrograding, which will be in about 40 days from the time I'm filming this. So you want to kind of like take it slow because not everything is what it appears to be right now, because Venus retrograde is also squaring Neptune in Pisces, and Neptune makes everything really foggy and we can't see clearly. Okay, so you're having a hard time seeing the truth this month, but it does end up coming to you by the end of the month. So just keep that in mind. And I do think it's probably going to bring up a lot of things from the past, or a lot of things that you didn't know about people in your life. Like you may start seeing some true colors of people, or some secrets or something may come up that you weren't aware of, because Venus rules your sign and Taurus is your 8th house. And the 8th house is kind of like secrets and, you know, endings and transformation and intimate relationships. So you do want to kind of watch out for that. There may be some kind of like, you know, secrets that come to the surface, or something that you didn't know about that ends up needing to be addressed about your partner or someone in your life, or some kind of financial institution. So be careful with that as well. So yeah, that's what's kind of going on with the Venus retrograde. You may meet people from far away. You may meet people from like all over the world, all of that. It's going to be really cool. You may be connecting with a lot of people, which is awesome. Now Saturn is retrograde in your 5th house. So Saturn in the 5th house is kind of a damper. It's kind of bringing a lot of heavy energy to a place that's supposed to be very light, playful, romantic, pleasureful, you know, creative. And so maybe you've been feeling a little bit like weighed down, or like you haven't gotten to have a lot of fun. Okay, but Saturn is going retrograde now, so you know, it's important to start expressing yourself as much as possible, to remember to take time to have fun, to do your thing. Even if you're doing it in like different unique ways, that's fine. So Mars is going to be in your 6th house, really putting a focus and a drive towards like health and routine and health regimens and dance and painting and creative projects. So that's good. That's awesome. And yeah, that is basically it. Jupiter and Pluto are retrograde in your 4th. So this is a huge understanding and meaning of the different karmic cycles you've been going through in that 4th house area of family and home, in my opinion. So you're really going to kind of transform the way that you understand what you've been going through in the home department or in the family department. Now, this could bring up some things from the past as well for you to kind of understand the meaning of them. Gemini season starts on the 20th, so that's when the sun moves into your 9th house. So there's just this huge focus on your 9th house, like I've already been saying. And then we have a new moon in Gemini, which really starts off something new in your 9th house of religion, beliefs, philosophy, higher education, travel, all of those things. So, you know, learning something new, publishing as well, writing. There could definitely be some themes of that going on. And yeah, that is basically it, Libra. Let me know down below if you guys resonated with this reading. As always, I'd love to hear what you guys thought of this reading, and I just love hearing your feedback and knowing if I got anything correct during this reading. I hope you guys have a great month, my fellow Librans, and I will see you guys in my other videos.